The 16th century was a time of great change. From 1501 to 1600, the world was transformed. It was the age of exploration. European explorers sailed to new lands. They sought new trade routes and riches. This era also saw the rise of powerful empires. The Ottoman Empire expanded across 3 continents. Meanwhile, a cultural revolution was brewing in Europe. The Renaissance challenged old ways of thinking. It celebrated art, literature, and human potential. The 16th century was a pivotal period in world history. It marked the beginning of globalization. It also saw the rise of new powers and ideas. These changes would have a lasting impact on the world we live in today. The 16th century was a time of both progress and conflict. The age of exploration brought new knowledge and wealth to Europe. However, it also led to the exploitation of indigenous peoples. The Ottoman Empire brought stability to much of the Middle East. However, it also engaged in wars of conquest. The Renaissance led to great artistic and intellectual achievements. However, it also contributed to religious and political upheaval. The 16th century was a time of great complexity. It was a time of both great promise and great peril. It was a time when the old world was giving way to the new. It was a time of exploration, conquest, and cultural revolution. The age of exploration was driven by a number of factors. One factor was the search for new trade routes to the east. The Ottoman Empire controlled the land routes to Asia. This made it difficult for European merchants to trade with the east. European explorers sought a sea route to Asia. They hoped to bypass the Ottoman Empire and trade directly with China and India. Another factor was the desire for wealth. European explorers were motivated by the promise of gold, silver, and other riches. They believed that they could find these riches in the New World. The spirit of adventure also played a role. Many explorers were driven by a thirst for knowledge and a desire to see the world. Portugal was one of the first European countries to explore the world. Prince Henry the Navigator played a key role in Portugal's early voyages of exploration. He established a school of navigation. He also sponsored expeditions along the coast of Africa. In 1488, Bartolomeu Dias rounded the Cape of Good Hope. This opened up a sea route to Asia. In 1498, Vasco da Gama reached India. This established a direct trade route between Europe and Asia. Spain was also a major player in the age of exploration. In 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed west across the Atlantic Ocean. He was hoping to find a new trade route to Asia. Instead, he landed in the Americas. This marked the beginning of European exploration and colonization of the Americas. In 1519, Ferdinand Magellan set out to circumnavigate the globe. His expedition was the first to sail around the world. The age of exploration had a profound impact on the world. It led to the exchange of goods, ideas and people between Europe and the rest of the world. It also led to the rise of European colonialism. European powers established colonies in the Americas, Africa, and Asia. This had a devastating impact on indigenous peoples.